There are a bunch of teachers doing, I don't know if it's Zumba or something in the gym here after school today. And I didn't know that's what they were doing. Actually, as I was in my classroom, I heard one of the 6th grade teachers hollering at her student to stop looking through the gym windows, but I didn't go take a look at what was happening. Now I know why she was looking through the gym windows. Because hilarious. Because you see these people that you really only interact with in a professional setting dancing and wiggling and shaking in the gym. Like, it was funny. Okay? It was funny. Not because of who was doing it, or it's just what was taking place. It was funny that was taking place in the gym at school with certain teachers. And I found that humorous. And I shouldn't even say with certain teachers. Like, that's the wrong wording to choose. But I want to talk about... The reason it's funny to me is because it doesn't all together seem that professional. So I find it humorous that, like, I'm all for teachers. I'm really digging myself into a hole here, aren't I? Let me back up a little bit. I'm all for teachers wanting to get healthy and exercise together because we are the ones with whom we spend the majority of our day, so we find ourselves more comfortable with some than others. But there's a certain aspect of professionalism that comes with that role. And in today's society, where it's harder and harder, especially in the community in which we teach, it's harder and harder to convince students that their education is valuable, is we need to uphold a certain level of professionalism with each other and in the way we present ourselves. So, yes, several of the students should be home or gone out of the building by the point that little class there started, but perhaps they weren't, okay? And I know for a fact that some of the teachers that are participating in that activity are wearing the same clothes they wore to school that day. Now you'd be like, oh, well, that's certainly not comfortable, is it? Actually, that's part of the problem. That they are wearing the same clothes they wore that day, and those clothes are comfortable. Meaning tights, leggings, tank tops, sneakers, that sort of thing. Now, I do wear sneakers to school. I do wear jeans. I do wear t-shirts on days on which it makes sense. Friday specifically, I always wear a Superman t-shirt and sneakers to match because it's a little more comfortable and looks better with a t-shirt than dress shoes do. If it is not Friday, I am in a button-down shirt, khakis or slacks, and dress shoes of various kinds. Because I am trying to promote a sense of professionalism, and if I look professional, I stand a better chance of being treated professionally. If I don't, if I look casual, then I am not taking my job seriously. That's how I feel about it. If you dress in a casual way, then you are taking your job casually. And you are not presenting the best version of yourself to the people that are most impressed or impressionable that you're coming into contact with. So we as teachers, in a world that doesn't value teachers, you know, you can share all the Facebook posts you like, pay teachers more, yada, yada, yada. But as I've said before, sharing and liking things on Facebook does not, to me, equate action. Okay? Action means action. So if you think teachers should be paid more, act on it. Write a letter to your representatives. Okay? But if we as teachers think we should be paid more, or if you think teachers should be paid more, this is just one example, then look at the teachers that you are lobbying for. Does that person act in a way that begets a higher salary? If they don't, then they don't deserve one. Plain and simple. So, while yes, there may be people out there that think teachers should be paid higher for what they do, should have higher pay for what they do, that's great. That's fantastic. That's excellent. Wonderful. Thank you for thinking that. But on the same note, we got into it knowing that it is not a high-paying position, knowing that it is an undervalued position, knowing that that position is not about the money. I took 10 minutes of my break time today, my time without students, to fix a girl's BFF necklace. Okay? And I'm not trying to toot my own horn there. But that's what teaching is doing the most for the students that's going to make them feel valued. And I'll tell you what, because I took that time, that girl now knows that I care enough about her and her necklace to fix it. I could have just as easily said, put it in your pocket and have mom fix it when you get home. But it took my 10 minutes and I fixed it. And she appreciates that. And she now has more respect for me because I respected her. And the opposite is also true. So if you are a teacher watching this, be professional in what you're doing. Whether you're with kindergartners or fifth graders or high schoolers, be professional in what you do. Dress that way, act that way, live that way. Because your students deserve it. And if you are not a teacher and you don't understand why this is important, then please go into a school and sit in a classroom for a day. And you will figure it out. I'll see you tomorrow.